Hi guys! Today I wanted to talk a little bit about mindful consumption, mostly because of the huge impact it's had on my life. Just the idea of mindful consumption and its wonderful repercussions. So what is mindful consumption? It's not just about food, although that would certainly be a facet of it. Mindful consumption is being very deliberate in what you consume with your senses. And this includes all your senses. So what you're consuming with your eyes, as in the type of media you're ingesting, what you consume with your ears, what music you're listening to, and how it makes you feel, what you eat, yes, the environments you place yourself in, and the people you surround yourself with. All these things you're consuming on a daily basis. Hundreds of thousands of little things. And mindful consumption is bringing intentionality and awareness into that consumption. So it starts with awareness, kind of noticing all the things you're consuming in a day, and then seeing how you feel before, during, and after. And noticing what expands you, like literally brings more space into your mind and your being and makes you feel good, and what contracts you, or maybe kind of leaves you feeling like a little bit off-put or uncomfortable or drained. That's a big sign of something you might be consuming that is not very beneficial. So essentially the point, why would you be mindful about what you're consuming, is because what we consume impacts the quality of our life and really makes up the quality of our life in every way. So a high quality life is a life with lots of high moments, and the more you're deliberate in what you're choosing to interact with and surround yourself with, the more moments are experienced in that expanded, expansive, high-flying, good-feeling state. And the more moments you spend in that high-flying, good-feeling state, the more your life is a high-flying, good-feeling life. And one of my favorite quotes is actually by Abraham Hicks, and it's, "A happy life is just a string of happy moments." And I found nothing to be more true than that, because the more moments you spend feeling good, the more good your life feels, and the good really begets good. So the more you surround yourself with good feeling things that you have to identify for yourself, there's no one else who can choose for you. Don't go with the world's opinion of good. That will often lead you astray. Go with what feels good here in your core, in your heart, in your belly, in your mind, in your spirit. The more you go with that, the more you're going to attract experiences and emotions and people and ideas that match that frequency of heightened joy, heightened purpose, heightened meaning in your life. So the better it gets, the better it gets. Mindful consumption came into my life during a time when I was feeling just so exhausted and kind of disillusioned with life. I had no idea what my purpose was. Freudian slip. No, I know what my purpose is. And I was just so lost. And then I read a book by Thich Nat Hanh. I hope I said that right. He's a Buddhist monk, and he has he started Plum Village in France, a monastery there. And I think the book was called Peace is Every Breath. And he had a little section there on mindful consumption. And for me, I was like, I can choose? Like, I don't have to watch the news. I don't have to watch scary movies or dramas with lots of gore and blood, or I don't have to go to that place anymore. And I'm like, yeah, I don't. So I started by writing a list of all the things I did in a day or a week that felt so good. And the list contained things like drinking lots of water. This is actually water with apple cider vinegar and chlorophyll. Looks scary, tastes pretty good. So drinking water, meditating, yoga. I felt really good when I was by myself in nature or in solitude. I love reading. There were certain websites I really like Mind Body Green, and different Instagram accounts I would follow that really lifted and expanded me. And then I wrote a list of things that didn't feel very good. And a lot of them were like TV shows and certain like music songs that, like, I listen to a lot of rap, and I still love rap, but I realized if I don't really agree with this message maybe they're speaking in real life, or I wouldn't want to experience it in my life, why am I listening to it on repeat in my ears? So just being very mindful about the messages I was letting kind of subconsciously. One moment. Okay, brief break. So kind of noticing how I felt after drinking or going to the bar, and with certain groups of people, I just felt really drained and not like myself when I was there or afterwards. So by becoming really aware of how I felt with interacting with different things and people, that allowed me to start choosing more of what felt really good and kind of slowly choosing less of what didn't feel good. And as a result, I have a lot more energy and feel pretty happy most of the time, you know? And it's kind of it's a continual practice because we're always changing and getting new desires and new preferences. So it's something you kind of have to revisit time and time again, or even just consistently be aware of how you're feeling and what certain environments are doing to you, and really just choosing that which feels super core and right and good, and giving yourself the permission to do more of that too. I think something that can come into it for a lot of people is they don't give themselves permission to do the things they love because they feel like it might be selfish to do that instead of kind of helping others, or what will people think, or I don't want to be mean to that group of friends or something like that. But you just, at some point, you just have to choose you over everything else, because if you are not full, you have nothing to give. And this is something more and more people are realizing. So you got to fill yourself up first, and you do that by choosing your joy, choosing love, choosing what feels good. So go on that walk, take that time to meditate, eat the foods that you love, be with the people that you can't wait to hang out with rather than hanging out with anyone for obligation. Try to move away from obligation as much as you can without pushing against anything too much. Just stay soft and kind of gradually move towards what feels better. You can let people in your life know, I'm kind of being more deliberate now in what I do and say. And if they have a problem with that, that's okay. You don't have to fight anyone about it. You can just keep choosing joy, keep choosing love, knowing that ultimately it's the best for everyone. Because the more joyful, loving people there are, the more joyful, loving people there are. And the good begets the good. So by kind of choosing and taking a step in the direction of that mindful consumption, you're really raising the vibration, frequency, and joy of the whole world. For sure, everyone in your circle, and that propagates outwards infinitely. So my encouragement to everybody, if this concept sounds interesting or exciting, would be to pay more attention to how you feel in general. Make a list of things that you feel really good when you do and afterwards, and then a list of things that drain you or put you off center or make you feel like someone other than who you truly are, and then adjust accordingly and do more of the stuff that feels good. Believe you're worthy of doing more of what feels good. Spend more time relaxing and enjoying, and take care of you, and be very mindful about what you're allowing into your sphere. Because ultimately, the only person you have control over is yourself and your decisions. So kind of just leaving everyone else to theirs and taking your power back with your day-to-day, moment-to-moment choices, and choosing the high-flying frequency that is most closely aligned with who you truly are, which is that high-flying, free-spirited, good-feeling person. That's who everyone really is, that loving being. So I hope this was maybe helpful or interesting for you guys. It's a topic I feel very passionate about, and I feel it's very important for people to understand, to take their power of choice back, and to create a life that feels really, really good, so that the journey is joyful. Yeah, I'll probably make more videos like this, or even on this topic more specifically. I hope you have a joyful, high-flying day, full of the things that really resonate with your core and your highest being. Namaste. Thank you. Bye.